Hello, friends, and welcome to the Mothership. I am your Commander General, Lax Zivrak, and thank you for joining us on the 8th, I believe this actually is the 8th episode of the MailRun, brought to you by this fragile package. I did already open this. I was very excited. So this episode of the MailRun is actually more of an unboxing, because this prick is open. So, look, this came all the way across the pond from merry old England. From your friend and mine, DarthMarc at Blue Harvest Toys. Also of Blue Harvest 2, History and Trains and more. Come for Star Wars toys, stay because the door's locked, and now he's going to tell you about trains. No, I'm joking. No, Mark's my buddy, and I appreciate him. Mark and I chat fairly regularly. I wouldn't say daily, but we definitely chat weekly, and we do a lot of voice messaging. I remember he had a live maybe not recently, but he had a live where he was out and about and he bought a bus. Okay, well, after he bought a bus, and then after that live, I believe it was then, not that it matters, but at some point after that, he was sitting in the rain waiting for a bus. And we started chatting, and ever since then, we just, whatever crosses one another's minds, a terrible fucking play on Monday Night Football by the Dolphins, and and Instagram will go bing, and it'll be Mark saying, "The fuck was that?" And I'll have to say, "I don't know what that was, Mark. It's your fucking Dolphins, But so, hey, look, so he knows I'm a weird, eclectic collector, and I do collect some things that are left over from my grandfather. And so he knows that I love American history, American Western, American Native, American Civil War, Britain's figures, and Playmobil figures, and a couple others. So he found this in his country, and it was a good price, even with shipping and exchange rate, compared to what stuff like this costs in this country. So let's just go through it. These are mostly American Civil War Britain's figures, and we'll just kind of go through them. Sorry for the mic. I have Britain's figures from the 70s. And they are not like these. I do not have them. I should have just grabbed them. That's stupid. But this is not about those ones. This movie's about these ones. So, and hold on a second. Let's pull some shit out. We have some unwrapped. I'm just gonna put them in frame. And then we'll just put them out, and then we'll look at them. Then we'll look at them. Like I said, these are Britain's, as indicated on the base. And these are really cool. They are very similar in some instances. You can even maybe see a couple little mold parts. Look at this guy. This guy's been blown up by a tank. I don't know. These are cool, huh? Let me get these next two out, because I'm doing this one-handed. I have the box in my hand. This guy looks like he's missing a sword. It's not... That's an arrow, huh? That is an arrow. So these are definitely repainted, right? That's an arrow. There's no arrows in the American Civil War. Okay, now let me get these out, and we will unwrap them. And because I have the box in my lap. So check this out. We're going to move that. I hope the mic is still good. We're going to move the camera in a little. And down a little. And then we'll have more room. If anybody knows anything about this Obi-Wan Kenobi, let me know. I found this in all my stuff. Somebody gave this to me a long time ago. I didn't even know I still had it. I don't know. It's from 2017, I guess. So, okay, let's go through some more of these figures. Oh, check this out. Now, here's one on a horse. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, now let's look at the bottom of this. Well, okay, can you see this? Product by Britain's made Ltd. Made in England. And then you can see this horse. Okay, see the paint on this horse? Now look, here's the rider on the horse. Somebody painted that, right? Somebody painted that. These have been repainted, I'm fairly sure. Also, this guy has a peg hole, which mine do, and usually on the horse right here there's a peg. Now, I have plenty that are broken off, but you can see that that's broken. So this horse and this rider must be from two different generations, right? I'm not an expert on Britons, you know what I'm saying? I just look at this. And if anybody is, I've been looking up this number, but I can't find anything. But see, what's that say? See that? Now I'll read that to you real quick, because I can't read it through the camera. It says REG period registered, DES period, I don't know what that stands for, NOS period 91970 /1/2. Alright, I don't know what any of that means, but this does say, hold on, I feel like I'm fucking up here with the mic, so let me move it to a different locale, because I'm using my arms too much. Once we get a bunch of these out, I will show you mine. That I've had for, I mean, fuck, I got them from my grandfather. Oh, I see, this is broken, I see. I was like, how come that guy doesn't stand up? I saw it. Oh, I feel like this is going to be a long video, because there's a lot of shit in here. That guy's missing a sword. This guy plainly has an arrow in his back. But these people all have muskets, okay? Because some of the Britons figures I've seen that are like fighting the Indians, okay, they don't have muskets in their hands necessarily, you know? They don't necessarily have them. So yeah, these I think are, I don't know. I've never seen anything like these. These are cool though, huh? Now here's a guy with his sword is obviously broken off in somebody. All these people appear to be on the same team, right? And I believe they're supposed to be Confederates. You know, certainly these gray and red guys are Confederates, but even the blue guys, don't let that fool you. Because, you know, historically, you do know that the Confederate States is called the Confederate States of America, right? Like, they're still Americans. And everybody in the beginning of the Confederate Army actually were wearing U.S. military garments that were issued in 1849, essentially, which were light blue. And that's why you see Confederate uniforms in light blue. Also, the American government approached Robert E. Lee to lead their army, and he told him he couldn't because he's loyal to his state. Which, regardless of whatever the fuck, like, that's kind of interesting. You know, you don't have to love or hate anything about it, but I think that I believe that is an interesting fact. This guy, I don't know what this guy's doing. I do not know what this guy is doing. So like I said, I'm pretty sure these are all relatively. The paint, it must have got hot somewhere in Florida, because the paint is sticking to these paper towels in a couple places. It's not taking the paint off or anything, you know. But I was at first. I was just unwrapping them and bullshitting, and then I felt resistance, and I went, "Oh, what the fuck is that?" So I looked down. So that's something to, you know, to worry about maybe, if you're ever. I mean, I certainly never knew that. Okay, here's something interesting. We looked at this horse, and we looked at that paint versus the guy. Now here is a horse that is definitely the same sculpt, but yeah, he's painted. He's painted, just like the dudes. And the bottom of this says Herald made in England. So this is not a Britain's. Yeah, and see the guy is like, well, the guy's really attached. So check that out. This, not a Britain's. I'd have never even heard of that. If there's anybody in merry old England of a certain age, they might know more than me. I saw these and they looked fucking awesome, and they are pretty fucking awesome, you know. And I was looking at figures, you know, that were similar, at least that were Britons. You know, and they were. Look at that. Okay, so that one says Britons made in England, and see the horse is like cast, and then that guy's painted. So these are gotta be repaints, right? I don't know. I mean, unless they just did them differently, right? Britons is from what? Britain started in what? 1890 some shit. So, and I saw some that were fucking definitely hand painted. That were okay. And here is I see what's going on here. These are some popsicle sticks with some grass glued on it. This is like we don't necessarily need that. I think, everybody, this is the 8th episode of the MailRun. I could have that wrong. Because I was wrong on the last one. I didn't. Okay, this guy. Here's an interesting thing, too, though. See how this guy has holes in his hand? A lot of figures this size don't have that, if that makes sense, right? Like, shit is just glued. Well, like, even some of the guys here. See, that gun is definitely, like, glued in his hand. This guy must have been holding a flag. The one thing about rebels at a certain time is they'll never give you a rebel flag anymore, which is whatever it is, I guess, you know. You know, can you not go to the history museum either? You know, I don't know. Oh, okay, and then so yeah, these. Look at that. I saw these in those pictures, and I figured they were homemade. You know. But I didn't really know anything else than that, you know, and I thought, well, those are not going to make it in the mail. Yeah, those are somebody's handmade custom shit. How about that? Alright, hold on. I gotta look. I feel something else in the... Okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is officially... Wow, there's a lot of tape on this box. I thought there was something else in the box. Because it felt real heavy, and then I realized, wow, no, it's just really heavy. That's weird. Oh yeah, cool. I forgot. I didn't look at the picture after. I haven't looked at the picture but here is a cannon. Is that in frame? I've not been looking at. This is not easy to do. So yeah, how about that? Melioorun MailRun, all the way from merry old England. Some hand-painted customs. Well, I should have pulled these out first, so they've been in the back, right? But so hand-painted custom figures with Britain bases, and a diorama made out of popsicle sticks and some sort of gravel. Whoever did that looked like they knew what they were doing. It's very museum-ish, you know. Yeah, when I was a kid, I went to a small museum one time, and it had a diorama, probably this scale, of the village that I lived in. But it was a diorama of, because I'm from in Alaska, what is a pretty famous village, actually, historically. So it was a diorama of the village that I'm from, you know, and, like, I recognize shit, you know, because, like, I mean, I lived in houses that were still there, and the diorama was supposed to, be depicting it from whatever 1880 or something, you know, and like when you build a fucking log cabin in 1880 or 1890, that motherfucker's still there, barring that it's not burnt down, or that you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So yeah, I'm just making sure all these are kind of in frame. Let's see. I'm going to see. Oh, is my head in the thing? No, it's not. Good. I'm going to see maybe, does this help? Oh. Does that help in any way? I'm just trying to give everybody a good look, you know, if they want. If they want. I don't know. It's kind of like a bleed out there, huh? I'll move in. Maybe try that. That. No. Okay, hold on. Is that helpful? That's kind of helpful. So yeah. I'm sorry if the mic's all fucked up. But yeah, the more I look at these, the more I'm realizing I think obviously Britain's made a line of diorama homemade fucking things, right? I don't know. Or somebody took it, see this, because that horse and this horse are not painted. But these dudes are painted. Huh. Alright, I'm going to slip the mic off. This is my new mic, and I hope you like it, because I think it's working pretty good. This is the second video. I'm going to, because I have what I have over here. Just enjoy the massive amount of fucking shit on this table. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'll be right back, because I know I have, okay, yes, I see some. These are not all the ones I have. I hope it's not, because I used to have so many. Oh, you probably can't hear me. Okay, so these are the only ones man, I used to have so many of these left. I used to have so many of these, and I don't anymore. But so, check the base of this. First of all, the base of this is metal. This says Britain's Ltd. 1971. And then, what does that say? Detan. Made in England. And see, they have these square things. And see, like, this definitely looks hand-painted, especially around the hat. Boy, and this thing's really dirty. Sorry, that was actually kind of weird looking. And then this is like the same guy, but he has a darker skin tone. But still, this one says... Now look, this one's made in China. China, oval base, metal base. I don't know if you can... Metal base. Same figure. Same mold. Different paint job. Different shape base. Britain's. Now, here's a horse. Okay. Now the horse, if you look at the face of the horse... Let's look. Now these are definitely not like the same mold. And like this one looks smaller, but I'm telling you it is smaller. It's not like the camera. You see that? So that's strange. I think these, I don't know. And the bases are... So anyway. Okay. So this is one I've had forever that I got from my granddad. And see, it has a metal base. This also says made in China. I have a couple more over there. I think they're horses. Let's check those out real quick. Because now I'm real interested. I used to have so many more of these. I used to have a whole battle worth. You know, I mean, I had like a whole... I had a whole battle. You know, like I probably had 40 guys total. And I probably had 20 Union and 20 Confederate. Now check this one out. This one says, made in China, 1971. This guy's missing an arm. I have no idea what the fuck. But look, he's in pretty good shape other than he's missing an arm. You know, this guy has the missing arm, or has an arm. And see, there's articulation there, which is cool. Here's another horse. Now see, this horse, now see, they're glued, but they're not glued on the sides. They're only glued on the top, and there's a peg. And see, this is missing the peg, but you can see that there was a peg. This one also says, whoop, Britain's Ltd. 1971, made in China. Okay, so quite a few of these are the same. Okay, now look, here's a made in England. Britain's Ltd. 1971, detail, made in England. And here is no saddle but a peg. Crazy, huh? And see, like this guy. I don't know what he's doing. His legs are pretty. Yeah. Okay. And then this is a painted horse. That guy's high. Look at the eyes on that. So how about that? Wild stuff. So we appreciate Blue Harvest keeping an eye out for Britain's figures and all the different variants and years and kinds that there are. Very interesting to expand more into the knowledge of different toys, you know. That's what I always think. It doesn't have to be toys. It can be knowledge of anything. It can be knowledge of people, places, things, items, historical things, anything. So hey, if you're in England and you obviously had some sort of handmade, hand-painted American Civil War diorama, and you used these figures, whatever they are, with these Britain's plastic bases. We need to go through. This says Britain's Ltd. Made in England. Okay, so this one is different base-wise than the first one. Okay, now look at this one. I can't look at it in the camera. What's this one say? This one says Swappers Ltd. Made in England. But there's no years, which is weird. Now here's a patent. UK patent number 012907. I guess that would tell you real quick what year this was made, right? The patent number. Arguably, the patent number could be older than the actual product, though, right? That's how it is with firearms and also swords, which are like that in England, right? Because, like, look at anything that's issued by anybody, right? Just, like the 1849 military saber, you know, it was used between 1849 and whatever, 1865, and then, so I'm just saying it could be any of those years. But yeah, cool. So MailRun brought to you by Blue Harvest Mark of Blue Harvest Toys and Blue Harvest 2, where you can look at trains. Maybe he can have a train going through a battle scene. Maybe, you know, whatever he might do. Oh, that reminds me, Mark, I have some videos of trains I have to send you that you may enjoy. So we appreciate everything. This episode of the MailRun is brought to you by Blue Harvest Mark and these Britain's soldiers. It's also brought to you by the Phantom and that Obi-Wan Kenobi and all these other customs and this cannon and Hoth Greedo over there. Hey, thank you for joining us. This has been a real treat, getting to see these figures that I've never seen before. I am General Lax Sivrak, and we appreciate everybody out there in the community for what they do, and, you know, let us know if we can, you know, ever do anything for anybody. One love, peace in the Middle East, and chicken grease, and all that fucking jazz. This is General Lax Sivrak in all his forms of Rebel General, Hoth Scout, Space Fighter Pilot, Commando, Imperial Commando, fucking Ninja Scout. Whatever it requires, we got it. Anyway, this has been a pleasant unboxing and learning experience. Thank you for joining us on the MailRun. I am Lax Sivrak. Comply well.